Hi, I'm Colleen Friend, Superintendent of the Carlisle Area School District. I'd like to use this opportunity to update you on the planned renovations to Moreland Elementary School. As you may recall, in the summer of 2024, a committee made up of 95 parents, faculty, staff, and administrators were determining what's the best way to respond to our growing enrollment in the northern part of the district and our declining enrollment in the southern part of the district. At that time, the committee moved forward a new K-8 reconfiguration organization. You'll notice that the plan is to close LaTorte and Mount Holly Springs elementary schools, to convert our 5 elementary schools to primary buildings housing grades kindergarten through 3rd grade, turning our Wilson and Lamberton Middle School into intermediate schools, and building a new 7th and 8th grade building, which will be called Carlisle Middle School. Our comprehensive high school will remain the same. On October 2nd, the architects from Crabtree, Rohrbaugh and Associates presented to the Board of Directors a design update to Moreland Elementary School and to the traffic flow. As many of you are well aware, parent drop-off and pickup at Moreland Elementary School are problematic. Currently, all parents drop off at the front of the school. The new plans would create a new parent and bus drop-off that are separated from each other. Looking at this map, you can see that this is Wilson Street on the left. We would have a bus drop-off in the parking lot, and then parent traffic would come in from Moreland Avenue, drop students off, and exit the same way. This separates bus and parent drop-off, and it allows for a safer arrival and a dismissal to school. Anybody that comes to the building throughout the day would still enter at the front of the building off of Wilson Street. With this new proposed parent and bus drop-off, you can see that we need to take back an area of the park. However, we are working very hard to preserve as much as the park that we can, because we know how important it is to our community. Looking at the changes to the building, these changes are very, very similar to the renovations that we did at Hamilton Elementary School. You can see a new kitchen and cafe, which is going to be separated from the gym, and that is very, very critical for our student schedules. You can see that the bus entrance is by the kitchen and cafeteria, and the car rider entrance is at the other door by the kitchen and cafeteria. Conveniently, we've also placed a Head Start classroom here so that Head Start children can be dropped off after the school day starts and picked up before the school day ends. You'll notice that we have a new library and several classrooms. Now, just keep in mind, although there are numbers for grades on these classrooms, we still have some work to do as far as who will actually be located where. You'll see some learning support and special programming embedded into the building, and you can see that we have spaces for our English learners and a new music room. The planned cost for this renovations is not to exceed $14,300,000. This is an important number because we actually will have a public hearing about the renovations to Moreland Elementary School, and then we will submit these documents to the Pennsylvania Department of Ed, and we have parameters that we cannot exceed the $14,300,000 as estimated. The overall construction timeline is such that we will actually go out to bid. We will do our Act 34 hearing in January. We will go out to bid in May and June, and then construction will take about 14 months. This project will be finished before the new middle school project is finished and before the 2 middle schools are converted to intermediate schools. So this will actually be the first building that is completed with the construction as part of the K-8 reconfiguration project. Just want to remind you of some criteria that the board is going to approve regarding when we close LaTorte and Mount Holly Springs elementary schools. It's very important to our board of directors that whoever is going to purchase the building has a viable purpose for the use of this building that will benefit the Mount Holly and LaTorte community. We need to make sure there is a value to the school district or the community for whoever is purchasing it. We, of course, want to minimize the cost to the district because we have a fiduciary responsibility to our taxpayers. In essence, we can't just give those buildings away. But we have made a commitment that these buildings will not sit empty. We're going to have a good plan for whoever purchases the buildings, and they will not sit vacant. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes learning more about the Mooreland project as part of the K-8 reconfiguration. As I mentioned, there will be a public hearing in January. It's an Act 34 hearing where you can provide feedback about the project. But in the meantime, both the board president and my emails are on our district website. So feel free if you need to reach out if you have questions, and you can certainly call my office, 717-240-6800, extension 16801, or send me an email at friendc@carlisleschools.org. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day and stay Heard Strong. Thanks.